Welcome to the 5th Annual Environmental Leaders Day in downtown Providence, Rhode Island. I'm here to speak to the event's organizer and host, U.S. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, about his thoughts on the People's Climate March. The march is an historic event promising to draw huge crowds to New York City on Sunday, September 21st. The march coincides with a special United Nations summit convened by Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who is bringing together world leaders in the city to discuss the need for urgent action on climate change. Senator Whitehouse is an outspoken environmental advocate amongst his colleagues in the Senate, famous for his series of weekly floor speeches, Time to Wake Up, on the realities of climate change. Let's go meet him. Thank you for speaking with us today, Senator. You've heard of the People's Climate March.
I certainly have.
Are you going on Sunday, September 21st?
I'm hoping to. I'm meeting with some environmental leaders in New York around that time, and I'm hoping I can fit in both meetings, but we're still working on the schedule.
Now, Senator, you at the Keystone XL rally in February of last year.
Yes.
How have you noticed awareness of climate change shift since then, and how do you think this march will be different?
I think awareness of climate change is gearing up. You see huge poll numbers among independent voters, Democratic voters, and my favorite poll is among young Republican voters under 35 years old, who, if you ask them about climate denial, say that climate denial is ignorant, out of touch, or crazy. So when you have young Republicans that keyed into the reality of climate change, then we're going to be able to make change of our own. Change is at hand. We just need to put the energy and the effort and the push in so that the polluters just can't get by with ducking the issue.
Why is it important for you as citizens to come to the march and put pressure on world leaders to act?
The U.S. has not shown a lot of leadership on climate change until recently. Thankfully, EPA Administrator McCarthy is doing a great job, and the existing plant rules, I think, are going to be very important. But as a lot of people have pointed out, this isn't just a national problem, it is an international problem. And the world in this, like so many other areas, looks to the United States for leadership. So it's really important that U.S. citizens keep pressure on the U.S. government to lead the kind of international charge that we need to solve this problem before it gets to be too late and degrades too much of our environment and our way of life.
Why is this march something that young people should care about?
Young people are going to inherit the earth that we leave them. And if you look at the direst consequences of climate change, they start to kick in 40, 50 years from now, when teenagers are going to be still very active, very healthy, but they're going to be looking out at a very different world if they don't act now. This is a generational issue. If you talk to young people about it, they are all on board. It's the older generation that's not paying attention, and young people's voices need to be heard.
Finally, what message do you have for Rhode Islanders who are going to the march on Sunday, September 21st?
First and foremost, thank you. Second, enjoy yourselves, be active participants, show Rhode Island proud. And third, know that Rhode Island has made a difference in the past, and your leadership can make a difference on this. Go Rhodey, see you in New York.
All aboard.